experience.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Guerin Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Guerin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari. And any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Guerin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
We started with 5 teams. We are now down to 3. It's the HCAC Baseball Championships for you on HCAC.TV, powered by IndianaSRN. A champion could be crowned later today. The winner of this one will meet up with the Quakers of Earlham College in our second game this afternoon. This broadcast is brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. Burtner Electric, serving the greater Indianapolis area and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 logistical solution. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. It was a long Friday night for the entire SRN crew. 3 games, 3 exciting games. We started off with Rose-Hulman able to stay alive after falling into the losers bracket. They defeated Hanover 14-6. And then Franklin fell to Earlham. That was a 1 seed versus 2 seed matchup. And then the Fighting Engineers in their second game of the day yesterday able to knock off Anderson out of the tournament. And we have our final 3 teams. Sean Kroll is back with us. I'm Jarrett Lewis, and Sean, we're excited to see some more HCAC baseball. Arguably the 3 best teams remaining. We have Rose-Hulman the 3 seed, Earlham the 2 seed, and Franklin the 1 seed. Probably how a lot of people had it drawn up. But this is still a wide open tournament. Any of these 3 teams, we believe, can end up winning this thing. It all starts right here with this very first game. Both teams have to get up early, get their breakfast, and get to the field a few hours before first pitch to start off our Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it was a short night, but hey, anytime you're at the Diamond, it's a good day in my opinion. And I think this first game is really going to come down to pitching. We talked about it some yesterday. The relief appearances you had yesterday was all about strategically trying to figure out what you're doing today. And if you look at the stats from both these starters, it's a little shaky as you go. Matthew Johnson for Franklin is 3-4, but with a 6.60 ERA. Brett Borcherding for Rose-Hulman is 2-1, but an 8.51 ERA. The key is I think, as we've always talked about, to get ahead of hitters. But in this game, I think you want to get on the scoreboard early, give you a little bit of momentum as you carry into it. That way you can take on Earlham in game number 2.
It seems like we've seen a lot of different trends. One of them has been the earlier games of the day have produced us more runs. We saw 20 total runs between Rose-Hulman and Hanover in our 12:30 start yesterday. An earlier start today because of the potential for rain later this afternoon. It was originally supposed to be a 12:30 first pitch, and now that has moved up an entire hour to 11:30 for the Grizzlies and Rose-Hulman. You mentioned the two pitchers, Borcherding going for the Fighting Engineers, Johnson on the other side for Franklin. High ERAs, one of the higher marks that we've seen amongst the starting pitchers tonight. So we very well could see that trend continue with a lot of runs scored in the earlier games.
Well, I'll tell you something I heard in the hotel this morning from one of the teams when they were talking about these games, and one of them made mention for Franklin is like, if they can hold their opponent to 10 runs, they'll be okay. That says a lot about the pitching for both these teams, but the offenses as well. These teams, as we've seen in this tournament, can score runs. Winds kind of blowing a little bit out towards center field. We saw the ball carries really well to left field, and these are very right-handed heavy lineups, so would not surprise me to see a bunch of runs scored again today.
There is the starting lineup for the Grizzlies of Franklin College. They will come to bat first. The usual lineup, exactly what we saw yesterday with A.J. Sanders leading things off, and then Sullivan and Dimkovich, two heavy hitters, and Matt Early in the cleanup spot. The first 4 for Franklin, and then the rest of that lineup for you as well. There is one change on the other side for Rose-Hulman. Cade Klein moves back into the designated hitter spot. Yesterday, that was Ben Christensen. We've seen Klein and Christensen work in the 3 games that the Fighting Engineers have played in this tournament. And there's the rest of their starting lineup for you. Brett Tuttle, Coulter Couillard, Rodak, or what we like to call him CCR, Josh Mesenbrink are the first 3 up for Rose-Hulman, and they have had a terrific tournament. Most of these lineups have, and we're having trouble figuring out who's going to be on this all-tournament team after everything is said and done, because there are so many guys that have been able to produce.
Yeah, we've been blessed enough to be able to be a part of picking the all-tournament team, and you start to go through these stats, and these guys just flat out rake, and it's really hard. What's even harder is there's so many good hitters. How many pitchers are we going to get on this squad as well? So I think that this game's really going to tell a lot to kind of how all that folds out. But, if you enjoy baseball, this is good baseball. And if you're close, Kokomo Municipal Stadium is just a beautiful venue to come watch a baseball game in. But if you're far enough away, enjoy it with us. We hope to hear from some of you folks today. Shout you out on air. We appreciate you.
A beautiful venue, another beautiful day. The coach, Keith Myers, has the forecast with us. Clear so far, but a chance for rain later this afternoon.
Hey, the rain is it's like Bruno. We don't talk about it, okay? We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about rain. So we're just going to let that go.
Real quick, Coach, what are the numbers for us?
Forecast looks pretty good up to about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Weather forecast looks. Sorry, I'm off the air there. Weather forecast looks pretty good, fellas. Looks like a chance of rain around 3:30 this afternoon.
We'll take our first break. We'll be back for the first pitch at 11:30 from Kokomo Municipal Stadium. This is the HCAC Baseball Championships on HCAC.tv.
Sorry, Jared.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps for the playing of our
land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
All three of the best hitting teams in the conference are left in this tournament. And it is a tough top of the order that Brett Borcherding is going to have to maneuver through. The complete line on the right-hander, an 8.51 ERA. This is his 11th appearance this year, all of those being starts. 37 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, and 36 walks.
Hey, those numbers aren't too bad, but, I think the two things that stand out for me for Borcherding, opponent's batting average is .254, and on the other side for Matthew Johnson, the opponent's batting average is .283. Those numbers that are pretty high. So, the sticks get warmed up early. We could have us another run fest in this game. But, people want offense, don't they?
They sure do, and that was not how it was for Rose-Hulman in their game last night against Anderson. Two pretty good pitchers in Walker Stoll and Matthew Rouse, who their opponent batting averages are right around 200. Matthew Rouse was at 190. But we still got plenty of runs in that game, so who knows what we'll get with these two pitchers this afternoon. Borcherding to start things off, the same exact top of the order that we've seen in the two previous games for Franklin. It'll be A.J. Sanders to lead things off, the shortstop who has had a very good tournament. Sanders fifth in the conference in batting average at .394. That's what he was coming into this one. He's now at .379.
He had a great night last night. Took one deep, and from Clayton, Indiana, it's kind of a young lineup for Franklin. You go sophomore, senior, freshman, junior, senior, sophomore. So they look loaded and ready to go for the next couple of years.
First pitch from Borcherding is in there for a strike, and game number 7 is underway. Winner to the championship game against Earlham. That pitch sails away from Borcherding.
Just a tad bit outside, but that is okay. It's early.
Franklin was rocking the gold jerseys yesterday. Rose-Hulman was wearing their blacks. Sanders off speed pitch, lets it go by, and it's 2-1.
We did discuss this, is that, you want to get ahead of hitters early, especially with these potent lineups.
And Borcherding is able to come right back with a fastball on the outside corner. The 2-2. Upstairs, counts now full.
Borcherding is a sophomore from East Hampton, New York.
The 3-2. Sanders puts a swing on it and fouls it over to the Franklin dugout. Yesterday, 2 hits, 2 runs batted in, also walked twice against Earlham.
Sanders, this team likes to run. Sanders, if he gets on base, 27 stolen bases in 31 attempts.
Another 3-2. Got him looking. First batter is a strikeout picked up for Brett Borcherding, his 39th on the season. And a good start for the righty.
That is a great start for the righty.
That'll now bring the 2 spot, Sean Sullivan. Sinnefield also had 2 hits and 2 runs batted in last night. First pitch is low and in for a ball.
Nothing like, the biggest game of the tournament.
Puts a swing on this one, sends it out to the right fielder of Rose-Hulman. Making the catch out there is Adam Taylor. There are 2 down.
As I was saying, nothing like, one of the biggest games of the season, and you've got a sophomore on the mound for Rose-Hulman and a freshman on the mound for Franklin.
Now the catcher, Logan Dimkovich, broke the season record for home runs at Franklin earlier this season. 19 dingers on the year.
One of 2 guys in the starting lineups to play all 42 games for Franklin along with Colby Reed. 19 dingers, 62 RBIs.
Counts now 1-1. First game was a game to forget for Dimkovich. All 5 at-bats ended up in strikeouts, but was able to pull through with his first hit against Earlham and picked up an RBI, and here's another hit for him. Sends this one back up the middle, and a 2-out base runner for the Grizzlies.
Well, there you go. The senior from Hammond, Indiana gets it rolling, and now you got the freshman from Mishawaka early headed up to the dish.
That being Matt Early, 333 batter is Early. Tied for second on the team with home runs. There are 3 with 6. And then Dimkovich is far and away from everybody with 19.
The top 5 in their order all have 42 RBIs and above, so they can get the job done. And this is what, the 41st game for Franklin this year?
It is. No, 40th. They're 27-12.
Well, there you go. So that's RBI a game and almost 2 per game for Dimkovich. So they can hit. I'm less concerned because I parked directly behind home plate tonight with the foul balls, so I'm feeling much better. No dents and dings last night. That's always a good sign when you head out after the game.
We are holding our breath.
Yeah, you never know. Of course, now that I mention it, I'll come out and I'll have,
Yeah, exactly.
My back windshield will be busted, but.
2-1 count. Took something off of it and able to get back even.
Pretty breaking ball there from Borcherding.
Two to Early. Swing, long fly ball out to left field, at the wall, and he reaches up and makes the catch. What a play made out there by Harrison Finch. Thought for a second Early was going to get on the board early for Franklin. But the Grizzlies leave 1. Rose-Hulman coming up to bat in the bottom of the first. This is the HCAC Baseball Championships on HCAC.tv.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo.
You see my kid?
Yeah.
A terrific play made at the wall by Finch of Rose-Hulman to end the first inning off the bat of Early. He gave it a ride, but an even better defensive play.
I mean, just great job tracking the ball and then leaping at the perfect time to snag it for Finch. Fantastic play.
And now for the first time, Matthew Johnson takes the bump. 3-4 this season will make his 9th start of the year. A different angle. Pretty good swing on it by Early.
Big play early. That could really bolster this Rose-Hulman lineup, get him charged up after playing the late game last night.
Johnson has much better strikeout numbers and less walks compared to Borcherding. He's had 43 2/3 innings pitched, but opponents hitting a much better batting average against Johnson, the right-handed pitcher.
Johnson, the freshman from Griffith, Indiana.
Leading things off, per usual, Brett Tuttle. 2 hits for him in the elimination game last night against Anderson. He also scored twice. First pitch swinging. Rolls over to the first base side.
The senior from Jerseyville, Indiana, not wasting any time. And that's actually Illinois, not Indiana. I need that caffeine to kick in.
Tuttle lined into center field, and it'll fall in front of Sullivan. First man up is on for the Fighting Engineers.
One of those plays again where Sullivan thought he might have a shot because the line drive was carrying out there. But again, you don't want to make that play and let it get by you and have a guy on third with no out. So smart move to let it drop in front of him.
It's too bad that Starbucks line was too long.
I know it.
So now Colyard Rodak steps in.
Lovingly known as CCR here. He went yard last night.
Terrific night last night for the second baseman. Fouled straight back. 3 hits and also batted in 3 runs.
He is only a sophomore from Lafayette, Colorado.
1-1 count. Johnson checks on Tuttle. You did mention it, Sean. The Franklin team likes to run a lot. Rose-Hulman not so much, but Tuttle does have 17 attempts, and he has swiped 13 bags.
Yeah, he's by far their biggest base stealing threat. CCR is 6 of 8 on the year, and Lopez is 6 of 7. A couple of guys further down the line, but nobody else in double digits.
Franklin's second in the conference in stolen bases.
Behind Earlham. Earlham loves to run.
Oh, they got him. Johnson picks off Tuttle at first.
What a nice move for the freshman.
Another look at it. Tuttle just a slight lane. Early applied the tag.
Nice tag by Early.
High pop up. It'll reach over near the playground on top of the netting.
I saw you out there going down the slide during my first game yesterday. Did you enjoy it?
I had to do something to kill some time.
Yeah.
Although the slide was awful. It was awfully hot.
You didn't kick any kids off the slide, did you? Well, that's just bad karma.
Just missed the 3-2 Johnson. Really wanted it. So
well, how big is that pickoff now? Instead of 2 runners on, nobody out, you only have 1 runner on with 1 out. With Messenbrink, their big stick.
The top of the order for Rose-Hulman yesterday. In 16 at-bats, they had hits in half of them. As Messenbrink, he gets hit by the pitch, and that's another thing, too. Yesterday, we saw a lot of those.
We did, and now we're back to where we were, is first and second with 1 out. And we've already got some viewers, one of which happens to be on Earlham's team. Christian Langstonese, Aaron Schneider, Connie Wagner, Pamela Sanders, Michael Kitts, Dalton Carter, and a big Jackrabbit fan, Dom. Dom, this is a great stadium to watch a game, and we thank you all again for watching and appreciate you tuning in. Big Dom.
Outside, misses. Counts 1-1 to Manuel Lopez, the shortstop.
makes me think he probably name like that, good Italian family, making some good sauce.
Hard hit ball. Lopez beats Sanders, the shortstop. They're going to wave around the runner. Here comes CCR. He'll score easily. Throw into third, not in time. Nice job by Mesenbrink to avoid the tag from Noah Wood. And the Fighting Engineers strike first.
The bigger thing, too, is with the bobble in the outfield by Lipscomb, it allows Lopez to get to second. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Not sure if they're going to give him an error on that bobble. They did. So that is E7.
Starting him off with a breaking ball. Johnson now trying to take care of Andy Krajecki. Krajecki has been a problem in the middle of this order.
You like Krajecki, don't you? He's a good player.
He is. Got a cool name, too. Don't know very many Krajekis.
You know, I think one thing that really impresses me is, you know, getting some high school kids to watch this baseball and say, this is good baseball. If Franklin contacts me or Earlham, and I'm going to, I play some good baseball against good opponents. Don't think anything otherwise. These guys are top notch. Is that the third base coach thankful he's wearing the headgear?
On his toes after that one.
Krajecki might have a few extra sprints in line after that one.
The 1-2 now. Outside, good block by Demkovich.
Great block by Demkovich. Was watching the SportsCenter Top 10 this morning. Nice hockey save by his goalie. That looked just like it right there.
Now a 2-2. Over to third. There won't be a play at home. They'll try to get the out at first. Lopez now taking off for third, and the ball gets away. Lopez is going to score as it's off the glove of Sanders. And just like that, 3-0 ball game, Rose-Hulman in the first inning.
And an error on the freshman early at first base. Trying to get Lopez at third. Great job by Wood holding him at second after he caught the ground ball, thrown over to first, and early trying to make a play and a little bit crossed up. You see, he looks him back, throws over to first, then early wings it.
Ball put in play here. The second baseman, Colby Reed, throws out Harrison Finch to finally get out of the inning. 3 runs put up in the opening frame for the Fighting Engineers. We'll head to the top of the 2. Grizzlies trying to respond when we come back on HCAC.TV.
Comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Back out for some more work is Borcherding. Here's another look at Lopez waiting out the throw from Wood, and then slides in. Throw was wide of Sanders, who had to come over to third base from the shortstop position.
Tough play, and Borcherding staked to a 3-0 lead. Let's see what he does here now in his second inning of work. Now that he's got an inning under his belt and a 3-run lead, gives him a chance to relax and really go after the zone and be aggressive.
2 errors in that first inning also. Not the start you wanted defensively if you're Franklin. Really
should have come out with only 1 run that inning, but the errors cost them.
Tyson Linscomb now steps in, hitting in the 5 spot. The left fielder this year, .338. Has started in every game he has played this year.
Junior from Wapahani, Indiana.
This is actually the 43rd game for Franklin. It's game number 40 for Rose-Hulman. 29-13 is the record for the Grizzlies. Three-one pitch to Linscomb, and it's upstairs. Leadoff walk given up by Borcherding.
It'd be nice to notch that 30th, that nice number. But Rose-Hulman already has something to say about that. Again, winner takes on Earlham in the championship game, and Earlham has to lose twice.
Double elimination fashion this afternoon in Kokomo.
Another freshman at the plate for Franklin from Indianapolis, Indiana. I believe he may have been a high school teammate of Adam. Well, Adam Taylor's a senior. It's possible. I think they're both from Perry Meridian.
Runner thought about going. Would have been a good pitch to, as it was going away from Garner behind the dish. Linscomb over there. 4 for 11 in his steal attempts. Going back outside, but can't catch a part of the plate. Another 3-1 count. Borcherding comes set to the plate, and he misses again.
2 walks is not the way you want to start after getting a 3-run lead. You want to pound the zone.
But if you're the Grizzlies, you'll take it. Anything to help out after the 3-run first inning. 2 runners on now for Sean Thomas.
He had a really good game last night as well against Earlham.
3 hits for Thomas, which led the team. But falling short by 1 to the Quakers. 9-8 the final score. Franklin at one point led that game 3-1 after 2 innings. Lots of scoring happening in the middle of that game. Earlham scored in 4 straight outings.
We're going to get a visit from the pitching coach.
Looks like Borcherding starting to lose a feel for the strike zone because he starts off Thomas 2-0. Don't want to start the inning by loading up the bases.
That's the last thing you want to do, especially after we've pounded on this quite a bit, is get that 3-run lead. Use your defense, pitch to contact. Let's roll, and I'm assuming, if I can talk this morning, that's what the pitching coach is trying to tell him.
And after those 2 walks, he now has 38 walks to 39 strikeouts this year.
Again, big spot for both pitchers. Borcherding a sophomore and Johnson a freshman. We can't underestimate, that being something that these kids haven't pitched in quite a while. Big game pressure can make diamonds out of us, or the other side of it as well.
So after the mound visit, back to the plate, I should say, is Borcherding. And now he's fallen behind 3-0.
DH Case Starkey on deck. He's a lefty as well.
See if there's a Green light upcoming for Thomas, but first they'll check on the runner at second.
Boy, CCR barely got back for that throw from Borcherding.
In Borcherding's last 5 starts, he hasn't gone longer than 4 innings pitched. This one misses everybody. Back to the backstop. Nothing hurt really, but Borcherding is really starting to struggle.
He had 3 straight walks and bases loaded, nobody out, and you couldn't ask for a better response if you're Franklin after giving up 3 in the bottom of the first.
This will bring in the designated hitter, Case Starkey, one of 2 lefties in this Franklin lineup. First pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Heartland Athletic Collegiate Conference for the private use of our audience. Use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written consent of the HCAC is prohibited. And I messed that up, didn't I? It's the HCAC.
That's right.
I said it like it was HACC, but I messed that one up.
I mean, it's only.
But I got the read
everywhere.
I know
it.
I know
and
it.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Well, our read has something different on there,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm going to blame it on that. and the no coffee.
Starkey wanted to, but it's a strike anyways. And finally, Borcherding's able to catch a part of the zone.
He was probably looking for an inside pitch there on the 2-0 count. Lefties like it down and inside. That was on the outside part of the plate for him, so let's see what happens here.
Nobody out with the bases juice, and now it's 3-1. Borcherding threatening to walk in a run for Franklin.
And they've already got somebody up in the bullpen.
Inside. Borcherding has walked all 4 batters to start this second frame.
And really what looms large, as I think they're going to make a pitching change, is that this is the 9th hitter in the lineup, and you flip it over back to A.J. Sanders. So
dangerous territory right here for Rose-Hulman. They strike for 3 in the first, but the Grizzlies are threatening here. We will have a call to the bullpen coming up, and we will check out that pitcher when we come back from a quick break. 3-1 is our score. A pitching change. We'll be back on HCAC.TV.
Back at Kokomo Stadium, Keith Myers along with Sean Crawl and Jarrett Lewis. We want to thank our fans that have been checking with us. We have a guy watching from North Carolina. His wife is watching from Washington, D.C., and his sister is watching from New Mexico today. Same dudes that did yesterday. If you want to watch us, you can watch us on HCAC.TV. And you also tweet us at IndianaSRN. Back to you guys.
Covering just about every part of the country right there with those different states.
We're coast to coast, man.
That's right.
Worldwide.
Very cool. We love hearing where everybody's watching or listening from, so let us know where you're watching from. Like Coach said, tweet at us.
Pitbull isn't Mr. Worldwide. You are Mr. Worldwide, Jarrett.
1-1 count. The new pitcher in is Paul Durrell of Rose-Hulman, 7th on the team in innings pitched this year with 21. And he has struck out 19 batters.
Another sophomore. This one from Plainfield, Indiana, Durrell is.
ERA right at 3. A swing and a foul ball coming straight back to us.
That would have been right to Kevin Lanke, if not for the Nets. And I think he would have snagged that easy. I hear he has quick hands. want to thank all the staff members of all the member schools in the HCAC. They've been absolutely fantastic this week.
Another foul ball straight back off the bat of Colby Reed. And this is a kind of a breath of fresh air. You're still in a jam with the bases loaded, but to see Durrell able to throw some strikes in there.
Reed, a sophomore from Bloomington.
Unfortunately, Borcherding not having his stuff to start off this one.
Not too bad in the first, just gave up the one hit, 2 fly balls and a strikeout, but just lost command of the zone on the outside part of the plate.
A 2-2 upcoming to the second baseman. Left it upstairs. Took a little something off of it. Hanging changeup, maybe, from Durrell.
Big pitch here, full count. No place to put him.
Durrell back to the plate. Another walk. 2 runs walked home by Rose-Hulman pitching. And a 3-0 lead has evaporated to just a 1-run advantage.
That run charged to Borcherding, as are Thomas and Starkey still on the base pass should they score. And we flip the lineup over and go to A.J. Sanders.
A good chance to bat around for the Grizzlies. First 5 men have reached. Sanders sees a first pitch strike. Dangerous hitter to see with the bases loaded this early on.
Yes, it is. Especially knowing who's coming as well. Demkovich.
Sanders drove out his 6th dinger this year. In the game last night, went fishing after that one. Sanders leads the team in batting average at .379. Back to the plate. Going upstairs with the 0-2 pitch.
Durrell went high there with the heat. We saw that a lot last night. Pitchers out pitch, high gas, see if guys could catch up to it. A lot of guys couldn't.
Sanders puts this one in play. Out to center field, plenty deep to get the job done and bring the run in. They'll send the throw into third base. Both runners advance after tagging up, and there's an RBI sac fly for A.J. Sanders. Thomas scores. Starkey and Reed move up to second and third. Rose-Hulman finally able to record their first out. For the second time, Sean Sullivan steps in, flew out to right field in the first inning.
Nice breaking ball there by Durrell.
Durrell, long pause. Back to the plate. Nice block by Garner and quickly able to pounce on it to prevent Starkey from coming in.
Huge play by Colby Reed. When he saw the throw on that sac fly going towards third base, he was able to advance to second and stay out of a potential double play.
Smart base running, because usually you're at first, you're not thinking about that, especially with the bases loaded.
He went halfway and then he went back to tag, which was the smart play.
Sullivan. This one's going to fall in front of the center fielder and takes a hop over Krajewski in second. 2 runs will score easily. Rounding second, Sullivan heads into third with a stand-up triple.
And just like that, Franklin takes the lead.
Anything you can do, I can do better, perhaps.
Oh,
Grizzlies top Rose-Hulman for the first time at 5 spot in this second inning.
It's the old adage, walks will always come back to haunt you.
Just a massive hop over Krajewski. And that allowed everyone to advance an extra base. Now Dimkovich with a man on. Sullivan, he'll tag up. He'll test the arm from left field. It's cut off by Tuttle. Another run comes in to score. Sacrifice fly picked up for Logan Dimkovich.
That was on a rope.
Just one pitch given to Dimkovich, and he picks up an RBI, brings in Sullivan. 6-3 ball game.
4 of those runs charged to Borcherding unofficially.
What was it, that mark that was set? Anything under 10?
That's what the person I chatted with said. You got to keep. He was talking about Franklin. Got to keep Rose under 10 runs, and as Franklin will score, and we can see it right here in this inning with a 6 spot.
Now the first baseman, Matt Early. He flew out to left field.
Early's got to feel a little bit better now after that throwing error. Allowed another run to score in the bottom of the first. It's like thanking his teammates for picking him up.
Quick set and throw to the plate from Durrell, but Early stays alive.
Again, it's pretty impressive. You talk about the talent. Your cleanup hitter's a freshman. So Early's got a few years left.
Breaking ball nearly hits the helmet of Early.
Indiana has a lot of great baseball talent. These teams are both littered with kids from Indiana.
Outside. Into right field, just a few steps in, making the third out for Rose is Taylor, and the side is finally retired, but a crooked number up on the board for the men in gold. Another look at one of the hits that scored 2. 6 runs in for the Grizzlies. They lead 6-3 on HCAC.TV.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
It's not often you see an inning where a team scores 6 runs, but they only do it with just 1 hit. That's exactly what Franklin did, thanks to 5 total walks, 2 sacrifice flies, and the triple by Sullivan.
A couple of things from that, just looking ahead. One, Johnson's got to feel better on the mound for Franklin, knowing he got 6 spot there. But if you're Rose-Hulman, you got to look at it like this, and we just gave up 6, but we're only down 3. So it's not a mountain too high to climb for this Fighting Engineer squad.
Johnson didn't miss by much as he starts his second inning of work going against Taylor, the right fielder.
And Taylor from Indianapolis, Indiana, Perry Meridian.
Yeah, Johnson's got to feel a whole lot better. He picks up a strike here, but to walk a batter, then you hit the next batter, and you gave up 2 hits in that first frame. Deep fly ball, center field. Over to his right to haul it in is Sullivan. First man up is down.
Yeah, I wonder how Johnson's arm is doing today as much as he got drilled last night. Taylor took a couple of fastballs off the left arm.
New batter in is the designated hitter, Cade Klein. Klein did not appear in last night's outing against Anderson, but he did start the tournament at the DH spot.
He didn't have to travel very far to go to school. He's from Terre Haute, Indiana.
Big healthy swing on the 1-2. Ben Christensen started last night. Nathan Burke had an appearance also.
Oh, they thought they were going to get the ring up there. Did not.
Johnson, you could see him a couple of times. He follows through, and he really wants to get that call. It's so close, and now he's run the count full.
I think he wanted that one too. He is pitching from the first base side of the rubber.
The payoff pitch to Klein, and he ropes one into center field. Nice piece of hitting from the DH.
Interesting, after that single, Johnson turned around and gave a quick look at the home plate umpire, which I thought was interesting.
Klein's 34th hit on the season. Just a freshman, and an impressive .324 is what he's hitting this year. Trying to produce in the bottom of this order for Coach Adam Rosen of Rose-Hulman.
Garner, a senior in Carlisle, Indiana.
Another ball to the catcher, Garner.
Wood even with the bag at third, just off the line about 15 feet.
3-0 now.
Actually, maybe more about 10 feet, but center fielder shaded towards right, but Lipscomb playing straight up in left field, so there's a bit of a gap out there between Sullivan and Lipscomb.
The 3-0 pitch from Johnson is a called strike. Garner started for Rose-Hulman in their first tournament game, but did not get the start yesterday. It was Drew Roberts instead behind the plate.
Boink.
That's where you hear the nice noise from the Indians ballpark at Victory Field. They'll throw in the nice window smashing sound. 3-2, the runner went, but it's a ball outside. Garner gets on via the walk. There's 2 on for the Fighting Engineers.
And you flip the lineup over to go back to Tuttle, your leadoff hitter. He got a base knock his first at bat, but then got picked off, and got us a mound visit.
Nobody working at all in the bullpen for Franklin, but Johnson is starting to wear down just a little bit in this inning. Single to Klein, and now the walk to Garner. The tying run comes up to the plate in Tuttle, who singled in his first appearance.
And these next 3 guys after Tuttle were the 3 runs that scored in the bottom of the first for the Fighting Engineers.
Pretty decent crowd on hand here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. And just like the previous 2 days. Sun is a factor. A lot of the patrons that are here are sitting in areas where they can get some shade.
He's deciding. I didn't see anybody up in the Franklin bullpen.
I got a crown mic, Joey.
So here is Tuttle. 2 hits last night against the Ravens. Already a hit in this one. 2 guys on to work with. Johnson back with a strike.
Way to pepper the zone there with a fastball after the mound meeting.
It was a lengthy
mound
meeting also. Tuttle went after it. Nice pitch from Johnson. Switched things up on Tuttle. And whatever Franklin coach said to Johnson on the mound is working so far as he has Tuttle down 0-2. Tuttle, though, hits the 0-2 pitch. It's into left field. They're going to hold Klein at third base. Good throw in from left field from Linscomb. Now the bases are packed up for the 2-hitter, Couillard-Rodak.
Great piece of hitting there by Tuttle, down 0-2, protecting the plate. Ball on the outside part of the plate, just went with it, served it into left field, and I had to imagine that the mound meeting talked some strategy. I think they were very deliberate on how they pitched Tuttle. Didn't work out, but the next couple of guys, I think they were discussing what was going to go on.
That 0-2 pitch caught way too much of the zone, and Tuttle was choking up and protecting. Another first pitch strike from Johnson. This one is popped straight up over our heads.
Mound visits can be any number of things. It could be to talk to the pitcher and say, slow down, here's what you're doing mechanically. Let's focus on this to get the ball over the plate.
Good block behind the plate from Dinkovich.
It looked like he tweaked himself there on the mound on that pitch.
But also, first you focus on that. All right, slow down, let's regroup, and then you start to think about situation.
Strategy, yes.
What you want to see in these next couple of pitches to this top part of the lineup. Behind Dimkovich, Klein will score from third, and the other 2 runners move up 90 feet. It was a 3-run lead for Rose-Hulman and then a 3-run lead in response for Franklin. Rose cuts it down to 2. And still looking for more. 2-2 count. Now goes full.
CCR sees a lot of pitches in his at-bats.
The payoff. A loud thud from that foul ball.
And going back to the mound visits, a lot of times it is those, mechanically speaking, how are you throwing the baseball or strategy. But, there's sometimes the coach just goes out and tells a joke to kind of get his mind to relax and get his overthinking things.
Just missed. Johnson went off speed.
That's CCR's second walk in 2 at-bats.
Johnson with kind of another glance back towards home plate after that pitch. He is just so close to hitting his pitches into the zone.
And another jam here for Johnson.
And he hits Messenbrink again. Second time Josh Messenbrink has been hit by a pitch. And that'll force someone to start throwing in the Franklin pen.
Yeah, I think he wanted to try and get some innings out of Johnson to save it, because their offense really made a huge move in that inning. He wanted to try and eat some innings up with Johnson, but Johnson's not really cooperating in that fashion.
First pitch hacking, Manuel Lopez.
Sometimes as a coach, you have a strategy what you want to do with your pitching because so many games in such a short time span with your arms, but then circumstances dictate you change it on the fly.
Lopez again swinging at a pitch he likes.
He had a 2-run single in the first inning.
The 0-2. Lopez into center field. This will score the run from third. Tuttle easily walks into the plate. And just like that, we're knotted back up at 6.
And a good play there, too, by Sullivan in center field to get the ball to his cutoff man. On the play last inning, Rose-Hulman threw straight to third, overthrew the cutoff man, which allowed the runner to get to second. Here he threw it to the cutoff man. Both runners had to stay at first and second.
Fastball in there for Johnson. Runners at first and second for Andy Krajewski. Nearly an identical pitch and location from Johnson, just off the plate.
And we're right back where we started, like you said, 6-6. How about 12 runs on 6 hits for you?
12 runs, and we haven't even committed 12 outs yet. Krajewski to Sanders at short. He'll make the long throw over to first, and it's past Early. Early couldn't make the scoop. There was a ball thrown from the Franklin dugout. Early did go after the right ball, but it's an error on someone on the Franklin defense.
Probably E6, I would think.
That run comes in to score from second. Colyard Rodak was the one that came across.
Yes.
Now runners first and third.
I don't think there's an RBI on that because the runner's from second. But he does score on the play. And Rose-Hulman now takes the lead.
Messenbrink stands at third. Krajewski at first. 2 innings to forget. Maybe one of the worst starts that Franklin has had this season.
Yeah, Franklin batted around, and Rose-Hulman said, we'll see you and we'll raise you one.
Finch is the 9th man to come up to the plate this inning. 4 runs across. There are 2 outs, and now Johnson is working with an 0-2 count. Finch grounded out to the second baseman. And his first at bat, Johnson looking for more of the same here.
The chatter from the dugout.
Swing and a miss. Finch. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, but 4 runs up for Rose. They take the lead in the first. Franklin takes it back. And now the Fighting Engineers will enter the top of the third with a 7-6 advantage. This is the HCAC Baseball Championships on HCAC.TV.
Looking for a great family experience? Well, look no further than Indy's best campground, KOA Indianapolis. RV sites, tents, cabins, and glamping is just minutes away. The kids will love the new splash park, horses, and summer activities. Whether you're roasting marshmallows around the campfire for gooey s'mores, enjoying our amazing pizza delivered to your site, or hand-dipped ice cream. Don't forget to visit our gift shop boutique where you'll find supplies of all your gift and camping needs. Go on KOA.com to book or call us at 317-894-1397. Mention Indiana SRN for a free bundle of fireworks.
Paul Durrell, who came in relief in the second inning, is still out there, and Coach Rosen most definitely wants to see Durrell eat up some innings.
Yes.
After 6 runs went across for Franklin, and you lose your starter, Borcherding.
Yeah, and when you're fifth in the lineup, you don't expect to lead off 2 consecutive innings, but that's exactly what it is for Tyson Lipscomb.
Lipscomb to lead things off. He was the one that started off the second inning. And he was the first one to walk. And that led to 5 straight walks from Rose-Hulman pitching. And a quick pause in the action. Looks like...
Oh, no. A little discussion between the home plate umpire and...
Waiting on Franklin coach to get over to third base. A quick discussion with one of the umpires, but looks like it was resolved and we're ready to get things back underway.
All right. Here we go.
The umpires asked the Franklin Ball Club to keep their balls kind of loose because one got worked out on the field. That could be a disaster. So they just told them to maintain their baseballs in their dugout. Back up to you.
Yeah, we saw that happen with the throw that Sanders tried to make to first, and it got away from early. And a random baseball just found its way out from the dugout. But we are back to baseball with Lipscomb in there. Gets ahead 2-0. Low and in. And Lipscomb skies it over in foul territory. Messenbrink is there for the easy first out.
Third baseman, number 10, Noah Wood.
Now these 5 through 9 hitters all technically have no at-bats, but a plate appearance since they all walked.
Now Noah Wood steps in. Off-speed pitch is left upstairs.
One of the beautiful things about the game of baseball. OPS is going up.
Wood, a freshman from Indianapolis Lutheran. And he pops this one. Messenbrink this time will come in the field of play to make the second out.
Can we get a 3 for 3 on pop-ups to Messenbrink? Is that possible?
Quick, easy work, too. Not very many pitches, just 4 thrown so far from Durrell. Start him off with more off speed. That's what he did to Wood, and now the same here to Sean Thomas.
Again, this is an elimination game.
Thomas rolls this one over.
Whoever loses is headed home. Winner gets Earlham in the championship game.
Earlham in their 2 games. First, they beat Rose-Hulman 5-3, and then defeated Franklin 9-8. Drop third strike. The throw from Garner over to Messenbrink, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Paul Durrell and Rose-Hulman. the first of its kind that we have seen in this game. Time for the bottom of the third. This is the HCAC Baseball Championships.
The Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles have 2 new sponsors for their webcast this year. Tommy Mascari with Berkshire Hathaway and Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group.
I've been teaching here at Guerin Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Guerin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari. And any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Guerin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
"13 total runs, 7 hits combined between these two teams as we head to bottom of the third inning. Sean Kroll is here. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Our cameraman this evening, Chance Middleton, David Clark, and Nick Lewis. And the producer, Jerry Collins, who has been a tired man entering day number 3. But we appreciate his hard work in getting all this able to happen for us here at Kokomo.
He's going caffeine strong today. Don't blame him.
Johnson is still out there. He'll start the bottom of this third.
It's Jerry's valet just brought him his drink. So,
hey, we're 2 for 2 on getting French fries each day. So
I have not had them yet.
We'll see what day 3 brings us.
Real quick, no French fries today, and we're out of trail mix. So Jerry may get kind of testy late in the innings, so you might protect your trail mix.
Man, I never got the chance to have the French fries. I'm bummed now. Is there a food truck out there?
They were out there both of the first 2 days. I don't know if they're out there today.
Oh, that's a bummer. Love me some good French fries. Of course, looking at me, what don't I love, right? You know.
They remind me of Five Guys French fries.
Oh, see, I'm not a huge fan of Five Guys.
Oh, well, they were so good. Klein did not offer at that first pitch from Johnson. Adam Taylor singled into right field to start off the bottom of the third.
Well, you know what we got to do now? So we got to rank our favorite French fries. While you're thinking of that, coach is still trying to get some innings from Johnson. It's essentially 1-0 at this point. So you're just trying to eat up some more innings with Johnson. Somebody is kind of warming up down there.
Johnson does pick up a strike here to Klein. Klein got the scoring going in the second inning. Had a single back up the middle. Similar situation here. They'll get the lead runner at second, but Klein is safe at first. Good backup by Dimkovich to prevent Klein from heading to second.
Now, assuming they're fresh out of the fryer, for me, McDonald's is number 1. Steak and Shake 2, Rallies 3.
Ooh,
those are my top 3.
Rallies is tough, man.
But fresh McDonald's fries and a fountain McDonald's Coke. Ooh,
The thing with McDonald's fries, though, you got to eat them within like 10 minutes of getting them, or else they go
that's what
bad.
I'm saying. Like fresh out of the fryer. I mean,
we got a Arby's
Jerry
crinkle fries.
Oh, an Arby's curly fries?
Those are fairly new.
Oh, the
also.
crinkle fries.
Yeah, not the curly, the crinkle.
I missed the potato cakes.
Jerry,
Arby's.
I have the top 10 French fries.
The crinkle fries from Arby's are very
really?
underrated. Yes.
I'd go the cheese sticks at Arby's.
I got the top 10.
That sounds like
Keith heard French fries.
Keith heard French fries is ready to go. What do you have, Keith?
All right, number 10 is Sonic. Number 9 is Popeyes.
Oh, he's got a whole top 10.
Number 7 is Burger King.
You skipped 8.
Burger King is tied with In-N-Out Burger.
Ooh, I love In-N-Out Burger.
Wendy's. Steak and Shake.
Wendy's has good fries.
Arby's curly fries. McDonald's. Chick-fil-A. And number 1, Five Guys.
Oh, he likes the Five Guys. See, he likes the French fries we have here at Kokomo.
Waffle fries are okay.
See, when it comes to French fries, when it comes to French fries and popcorn, I'm it. Back up to you guys. I love food. I can talk food all day. Yeah. By the way, I have a music trivia for you when you're ready.
Okay.
Runner goes.
Oh.
Hit and run is on Garner. Just
Looked
barely
like
gets a piece of it.
Yeah, nubbed it right almost off the plate.
Two outs now. One of the best innings. Well, it is the best inning that we've had for the Franklin defense so far. Nice response by Johnson and the rest of the crew after the leadoff single to Taylor.
Just got to get Tuttle out. He's 2 for 2 already.
I'm very surprised with that, how quickly he came up with that top 10.
I think he may have been reading that off of the internet somewhere.
Or he has a list
or maybe he does
that he's
on his
already
phone,
made out.
I don't know. Wendy's. I'm just not in on Wendy's.
Wendy's though, they got that sea salt. I think that their fries are sea salt. That is not
Jerry going. Not just tater tots, sweet potato tater tots.
Well, that is something I cannot get
hard
behind.
Hard
I'm
pass
sorry. Too many bad experiences in the high school cafeteria with sweet potatoes.
I do like tater tots though.
Pitches low to Tuttle after falling behind 0-2.
Underrated fry. Fat Dan's, downtown Indianapolis, Massachusetts Avenue. Those are, for some reason, they're like Five Guys, but they're so much better. There's something with their seasoning.
Tuttle sends this one into shallow center. Sullivan throws it into the catcher, Dimkovich. Tuttle will make his way into second with a double. And the Rose-Hulman lead now extends to 2 runs.
3 for 3 for Tuttle with a run scored and an RBI now. And he advances to second on the throw home. And that's probably going to be it.
With 2 outs in the third, it appears Johnson's day is done. He will exit, giving up 7 hits and 8 runs. The defense also with 3 errors in that opening inning. But this game is far from over. Franklin will now play the relief game. New pitcher heads in, and we will step aside and bring you that new pitcher when we come back on HCAC.TV, powered by IndianaSRN. New pitcher in for Franklin is Jackson Young. Jackson this season, second on the team in innings pitched at 51 1/3. He trails only Nick McClanahan. 38 strikeouts this year with an ERA of just slightly over 5.
Jackson Young from Greenwood, Indiana. He is a junior.
Young's last appearance was in the game against Earlham. Franklin forced to use 4 relief pitchers following their starter, Damian Tilley. So Young goes back-to-back days with an appearance, and he's trying to get the Grizzlies out of this inning with just one run up on the board from the Fighting Engineers. His first man up will be Couillard Rodak. First pitch is in there for a strike.
I got an interview.
No small task. Couillard Rodak has walked twice so far today.
All this man does is get on base. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-2.
See if he can get a big strikeout here, get out of the inning.
Man on second is Tuttle. The 0-2. Couillard Rodak out of the reach of Reed at second base. And CCR not thinking twice about heading to second. He'll have a stand-up double. That brings in a run. It's now 9-6 Rose-Hulman. The scoring continues for the Fighting Engineers, almost at will. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and now 2 in this third.
Well, and my source this morning, if they wanted to keep him under 10, that's going to be a problem.
Young trying to work against the middle of the lineup.
Oh!
It's now Messingbrink and Rosen with a nice snag.
What a snag.
We'll send things over to Keith Myers, who is close by.
I just want to let you know we got somebody warming up in the bullpen. Troy Derogowski is joining me. Troy, you got the championship. What are you expecting of the championship game? Erwin back at the hotel still watching. They're not even here yet.
Well, yeah, they keep them in the cool as long as they can. And knowing Steve Sackasitz, his concern is about making sure the players are rested and ready to go. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. You guys all deserve some kind of a medal because you were here so late last night. I even tuckered out, and I just drove home and watched it as much as I could. But it really shows you these guys that are out here right now, really, this is going to be tough to come back and play again later today. So it's just very hard to come through the losers bracket.
Well, we watched the WWE WrestleMania 5 this morning in Sean's room, so we're all ready. And what you going to do when Hulkamania comes running on you?
Well, I noticed last night when Sean was talking about one wrestler, you quoted a different wrestler, so he was a little concerned if you know you're wrestling as well as you claim.
Well, he didn't follow the script.
Well, the problem the problem
well,
now is
you know what, but he knows his wrestling too, so I would be a little careful next time you do that.
He's got something for you.
All I know is WrestleMania 5 was the Mega Powers colliding. Macho Man Savage versus Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to watch more WWE. Hey, by the way, check the forecast, and the radar is looking really, really good right now. Back up to you guys.
Promising stuff. We'll take it.
We're crossing all our fingers and our toes.
How about this? Looks like a little team meeting for Franklin. 9 runs given up in the first 3 innings. And now something to talk about, win or go home situation. You know that the Grizzlies, earning that number 1 seed, want to at least make a trip and try to get some revenge in that championship game against Earlham.
If you're the number 1 seed, the worst, you go home not at least making it to the championship game, that's going to hurt. So I'm sure the coach is like, listen, fellas, we're the number 1 seed for a reason. Let's show it.
There's Case Starkey. He'll get things going in this 4th inning.
The song Feel the Reaper always makes me think of the Saturday Night Live skit with more cowbell, which is just one of the classic Saturday Night Live skits of all time. I got a fever.
That one I might know. Was Will Ferrell in that skit?
Yes, he's the one that plays the cowbell. And Christopher Walken. We could rank top 10 SNL skits of all time.
Can. You can.
Both of them.
Top of the 4th now. Starting off here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium.
Poor home plate umpire's thinking, man, I'm only at the top of the 4th, and he's got the sweat stain all the way down his back already. Those guys do not have it easy.
Yeah, the 3 Rose-Hulman players sitting directly behind him. They're gunning down Durrell, checking out his speed.
Charting pitches.
The lefty Starkey inside, but it catches the corner for Durrell. The 2-1. Starkey goes the other way. Tuttle comes in, makes the throw over to Messenbrink for out number 1.
Kind of a nubber off the end of the bat.
Manuel Lopez starting shortstop. Now the bottom of the order in Colby Reed. Off-speed pitch.
Ooh.
Doesn't quite get there. Reed walked in the second. He was the last player to walk in that 6-run frame. And he ended up scoring after a sacrifice fly from A.J. Sanders. And then Sullivan had the only hit in that inning with the 6 runs. (2-0) becomes 2-1.
Jay Johnson does not like you right now.
Colby Reed, a sophomore from Bloomington, Indiana.
Dick Alter, you know him, Jay? He is watching the game at his son plays for
3-1 count. It's a late called strike. Reed was making his way down to first base, even tossed his bat over.
Oh, don't do that. If it's this close, that arm will go up in the air.
No, he did. He retired. Yeah.
Your playbook is so immaculate there.
Reed. Coming in is Krajecki. There's out number 2.
He is going to be salty about not getting that walk. And he's staring back at the home plate umpire. Sanders needs to get rolling here. He does have a sac fly, but struck out and sac fly.
Sanders' first plate appearance, struck out looking. But up in the count here, 2-0. Had a chance to see Coach Marshall on our way into the stadium this morning. He's had a couple of things to say about
he's had
some events that have happened.
I mean, he had the Earlham pitcher get checked for foreign substance yesterday, and some calls he didn't agree with, and gamesmanship with the lineups today.
4-pitch walk to Sanders. And maybe the most dangerous speedster in the conference reaches base.
27 out of 31 stolen bases for A.J. Sanders. And we'll see if he's going to make an attempt here with 2 outs.
Not on the first pitch. Sullivan takes it. Now 5 straight balls thrown by Durrell.
One thing about this Franklin lineup, very patient.
Another ball, 2-0 to Sullivan. Sullivan has half of the hits, and there's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
6 runs on 2 hits for Franklin. He had that triple that took a large hop over the head of Krajewski in center. The 2-0, it's in there for a strike.
Ooh, wonder if he got the take sign there, because that looked like that was in the nitro zone.
Sean from Schererville, Indiana.
Schererville, yeah.
A lot of hang time on this one. Center fielder comes in to make the catch. That's Krajewski. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. A walk to Sanders with 2 outs. But the Grizzlies can't cut into the deficit. They trail 9-6. Bottom of the 4th is upcoming. Thanks so much for tuning in on IndianaSRN.
Hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Just another picture-perfect afternoon in the city of Kokomo. About an hour drive up north for our crew from Indianapolis. Back out there pitching for Franklin is Jackson Young. And he'll have Manuel Lopez to deal with first. 9-6 our score. A lot of action early on. Franklin put up 6 runs all in the 2nd inning, but go back-to-back innings without scoring. Meanwhile, Rose-Hulman has scored, and every single time they've been up to bat. 3 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd, and 2 in the 3rd. Hopefully the rain that we're expecting later this afternoon holds off and we'll be able to get in our 2nd game, which will feature Earlham, 2-0 in this tournament, awaiting the winner of this game. That'll be your championship in the HCAC. So make sure you stick around and check out all the action right here, HCAC.tv. If you haven't yet already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That may be how you're watching this game currently. And the bell. You can't forget about hitting the bell.
Notifications, man.
Lopez. Half-hearted swing. He went after it. It's now 0-2.
You know, Coach Marshall has to be a little bit concerned. You know, the pitching is okay, but you got to be concerned you're not hitting it all. You know, the 6 runs you got were benefits of a lot of walks from Borcherding. Durrell's really come in and settled down and shut him off.
Lopez waits on the off speed. Sanders, a spin move. Throw to first is over the head of Early and into the dugout. Lopez will be given the base at 2nd as well. Sanders.
That was a tough play. I mean, a great play getting it spun, but then just airmailed it.
So the leadoff man is on. Lopez already in scoring position with a big bat of Krajewski standing in. First pitch swinging.
Good breaking ball there from Young.
Outside this time, 1-1 the count. Krajecki, a junior, hails from Hampshire, Illinois. Rose-Hulman much more diverse in that area of where they get their student athletes from.
I'm not sure I know where that's at.
Demkovich reaches out and stabs that one. 3-1 count. A little bit of cloud cover.
Oh, it's west of Elgin and Schaumburg in the Chicago land area.
Three-one pitch and the walk issued to Krajecki. So now runners have first and second with nobody out. Now Harrison Finch will step in. 0 for 2 so far. Struck out in the second inning.
Man, they have got to, Franklin has to stop the bleeding because it's just been station to station. Keep the line moving for this Rose-Hulman team.
Finch squares around. Corners come in. And another early show of bunt. Young to the plate. Catches the outside corner.
One thing I noticed, watch, is they'll look to the shortstop for the signs, Sanders.
It's an evolving game.
It is.
Trying to go down the third baseline, but pushed it too far to the left. And that's huge because now there's 2 strikes. The lefty Finch not showing bunt this time. Puts a charge into this one. Doesn't have to move much. The right fielder out there, Sean Thomas. And a huge out picked up for Young.
Yeah, runners unable to advance on that.
For the first time now, we got some cloud cover across the entire field.
Probably help with the temperature for the young men out there. So I currently have it as 88 degrees.
Taylor now steps in. A single to lead off the third inning.
It is 1 o'clock.
Taylor started the game last night in right field and actually came in late in the game to pitch and close out against Anderson.
Kind of a submariner style.
Young makes a move to Reed at second. It was Skylar Wilcox who got the win in relief for Rose-Hulman. After Matthew Rouse went just 3 innings to start, Wilcox came in and dealt for 5 innings.
Demkovich boxed that a little bit. Lucky to stayed close. Runners couldn't advance.
Rose-Hulman looking to add on to this lead. Young to the plate. Taylor fouls it off.
I think he may have fouled it off his foot, and that poor young man's just gotten beaten up this weekend at the dish.
We thought he got hit by a pitch in the earlier game yesterday off of his left arm. Umpires came together, ruled that they were going to keep him in the box and finish the at-bat. A 2-2 from Young. Out to center field. Coming in to make the catch for Franklin is Sullivan. Back-to-back outs picked up for Jackson Young.
D.H. Klein, he's been on base twice and scored twice. You see a lot of students in the stands trying to get that vitamin D as well as that sunburn.
First pitch strike to Klein. The camera guys were just lathered.
Yeah. Oh, if I was out there, I'd have to have SPF 2000.
Going outside this time, and that's strike two.
Poor James probably woke up today and took one step and just heard all his skin crack.
Young trying to get out of it. A liner to the first baseman early. He reaches up and hauls it in. 2 men left on for Rose. The first inning that the Fighting Engineers have not scored. To the top of the 5th we go. 9-6 is the score in the HCAC Baseball Championships.
Is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Look at the 3 field umpires. Something is worthy of a discussion over there down the third base side. Another look at the at-bat for Lopez. This is when he reached on the throwing error. Early thought he could have came down with it. It was a tough play.
And now we got both coaches coming together to talk about something. Interested about what this is about.
I wonder if it has to do with Saul maybe once or twice. Young, whenever he's getting the sign from Sanders at short, him and Lopez, I believe Lopez was standing at second base. Them two may have been chirping about something, or it could have been nothing, who knows, but hard to tell from way up here. But we'll see if anything else ensues as the rest of this game goes on. We've reached just about the halfway point.
Like we mentioned earlier, Dorrell's done a great job for Rose-Hulman coming in after that big second inning and really shut Franklin down.
Demkovich, hard hit ball to Lopez deep in the hole at short, and a long but strong throw from the mighty shortstop.
First baseman, number 18, Matt Early.
early coming to the plate. He's had a tough road to hoe at first base. Some errant throws have really made his life difficult over there. First base today.
Outside, first pitch strike to the first baseman. Flew out to left and then flew out to right. Darrell now at the half-century mark in pitches.
And you got to wonder how many more bullets he has left. But with this lead, again, it's the chess game of who do you get up if you need help, and who do you have left to pitch and against Earlham.
Another hard hit ball to Lopez at short. 2 putouts for number 25, Manuel Lopez.
Franklin needs something to go well for them at the dish because they're just getting nothing going.
Tyson Limscomb stands in here. Walked in the second inning and then popped up to Messenbrink at first.
As you see, the Earlham squad has arrived.
Inside, nearly wearing it was Limscomb. One of the more interesting lines that you'll see for Franklin. 6 runs on 2 hits, 4 errors.
Yes.
Not often you have more runs than hits, and not often you have more errors than hits. But still a long way to go.
That is the game of baseball.
3-1 count to Limscomb. Could work his second walk of the afternoon. Darrell to the plate. It's upstairs. 2 out base runner here for Franklin.
Third baseman, number 10, Noah Wood.
Coach is giving him the signal to get a hit.
Wood yet to do so. 5 at-bats against Earlham, did not reach base. First pitch, fastball. The loud pop of the mitt from Garner.
If you're Franklin, you just need to string a couple of hits together. You know, it's contagious hitting is. They need to get just anything going.
Darrell didn't throw the baseball over to first.
That is a balk. First base is the base you have to throw through if you make a move towards it.
And you could step off first. But
yes,
you do have to, if you do commit over to first, you do indeed have to release the baseball.
As now you see Messenbrink playing off the bag.
Well, infield playing deep in their positions. Tuttle is just a few steps off the line. Pitch into Wood. Not too far off the plate. 2-2.
Boy, you'd love to get a 2-out knock here and get that run in. cut this lead to 2.
Just a 1-2 count to Wood. Lazy fly ball will reach the seats and be a souvenir.
I feel like I'm going to need to get up and jog around this stadium between these 2 games, get the blood flowing.
Another 1-2. Wood. This one will be in play this time. A few steps back to start, and now coming in is Krajecki to record the 3rd out. Bottom of the 5th inning upcoming. Franklin does strand a runner, and they still trail by 3 runs. This is the HCAC Baseball Championships on HCAC.TV, powered to you by IndianaSRN.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Looks like some of them are eating.
It's still Jackson Young out on the mound. There's a look at the Earlham baseball team awaiting their time on the field for the championship game right after the conclusion of this one.
Snagging some lunch. Looking to see what Associate Commissioner Stacy Ledoux has cooked up for us for food today.
It's been pretty good so far.
Well, I mean, she's not actually cooking, but still.
We're batting 1,000 with
yes,
the catering. It is hot.
She did make mention if we were here tomorrow, we're going to get Chick-fil-A, which was, I think, a subtle hint that we weren't going to be here tomorrow.
It's a little joke.
Everybody's got them, right? Everybody's got jokes.
Working out of the stretch. Start another inning is Young. Due up first is the bottom of the order and Shane Garner.
You see that a lot with pitchers nowadays. They just completely forego the windup and pitch exclusively from the stretch so nothing changes when a runner gets on.
Rolled over to the first base coach. Way to stay in front of it.
Nice snag.
Gotta practice what you preach, right?
Yes, sir.
Garner takes this inside pitch, turns on it at the track, and making the catch. Out there in front of the wall is Sean Thomas. Garner just a couple of feet shy from putting up 10 runs on the board.
He needed that extra biscuit at breakfast this morning. That was one biscuit shy of a home run. I think Jerry ate them all, though.
Hey, they're pretty good. Keith finally got his biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Not a fan.
That ball skips in there from Young to Demkovich. It's now top of the order with Tuttle, who 3 at-bats, 3 hits.
That's good.
One of them a double, and that was his last at-bat in the 3rd. This one hit deep in the hole to Reed at second. And an easy throw over to first for out number 2. And now Couillard Rodak, who has also reached in all 3 of his plate appearances, 2 walks to start. He also scored in the first and second inning.
Durrell continuing to stay warm, doing some stretching in the bullpen. Dousing himself with some water to stay cool as well. So you can stay cool while staying warm.
Curveball drops in there for Young to get ahead. This one, back over to Reed. Off the bag, early, catches it and applies the tag to Couillard Rodak. And the first 3 up, 3 down inning for Franklin pitching. Quick work done by Young. Time for the 6th inning. Your score 6-9 in favor of the Fighting Engineers on Indiana SRN.
Entrepreneurs are often the hardest working, most beloved, and inspirational people on the planet. People who lead with heart and are fueled by passion. People like Randy, who found time while running his restaurants to put 3 adopted kids through college. Like Rebecca, who switched careers as an architect to achieve her dream of opening a music venue. And Mia, who turned an after-school hobby into an online floral empire. Entrepreneurs put the time in, lead by example, spark ideas, and impact communities, all while shaping the financial future of their families. Nearly 1 million entrepreneurs trust Heartland to provide the technology to make money, move money, manage employees, and engage customers. Because we're entrepreneurs, we're people, and we get it.
Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Field, and yeah, whatever works for you there, Peyton Blen.
I believe Keith Myers has a guest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The coach. Yes, I do. I have the coach from Earlham up here in the press box with us and keeping some stats.
Yeah, trying to, we've been playing one of these 2 teams out there, so we've seen them a bunch already this year, but seeing if there's anything different they're doing today that we need to be ready for when we play one of them.
I noticed that you were late coming in, so you were watching IndianaSRN. I'm sure you were watching IndianaSRN, and, last night around midnight, I was thinking about you while we were still at the ballpark. Were you asleep by then?
No, if you keep seeing that Earlham baseball is clicking on the thing each time, I kept watching the game going on there, and then I wanted to actually go back in the game, but it kept having me put likes on it, so I kept liking everything you guys were doing video-wise, which I do like.
Well, I appreciate that. Now, I expert advice on tricycle. Can I talk to your daughter today? She did a 360 on her tricycle and then a wheelie. I thought that was pretty impressive for 3 years old.
Yeah, and we do that in the household as well, too. Luckily, we've got all our stairs blocked off, so she's not going down any of them, but right here we got a pretty good concourse that she can kind of call her own, by which way she does. So.
Talk about your pitching. That's going to be the crucial today, right? Pitching and then timely hitting.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were set up. We've got some guys that are still able to go. We haven't used a bunch of them, and we also have the guys we've thrown. I mean, in a situation like this, all hands on deck. I might see if I've got an inning left in me as well, my career, to get out there. But I'm excited for our kids. They're very relaxed. They've played really well, and we've gotten ourselves this point because of what they've done. So it's really exciting. Again, playing either Rose or Franklin, it's going to be a tough matchup, but I like where we're at with our program right now.
Coach Steve, you said you could pitch. Now, Troy told me that you couldn't pitch a lick.
Well, obviously Troy has red hair, so you can't go by anything of what he says on that part right there. But, I'm long retired right now. So,
hey, I got a question for you, Coach.
Hang on for a second. Sean has a question for you.
Working the game with Troy last night, Troy said you might be a little bit jealous that I just recently got a picture of myself with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, well, that is pretty good. Dragon Steamboat and Macho was probably one of the better matches at WrestleMania ever there.
WrestleMania 3, greatest WrestleMania of all time, best match of all time.
Well, I might need to come hang out with you a little bit and see if we can
go.
compare autographs. I like that.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
I tell you what, all these wrestling and the French fries and music marathon, all kinds of stuff. Go back up to you guys.
Did we get lightning?
Yes, we did. They just announced it. It's a 30-minute delay. So you saw the players leaving the field after the walk was issued to Thomas. And it indeed is. The clock has already started on the scoreboard. 30 minutes after each lightning strike, the I believe the rule is anything within 8
miles, yes,
of the stadium. So,
or the M&M rules, we like to call it.
That's the situation. That's pretty good. We have
Thank you.
That's our situation here. So unfortunate, but sometimes that's the nature of the beast. That's what you got to deal with here.
It is
in the state of Indiana. It's. I mean, you wouldn't think from our vantage point. It is a beautiful day. There is some clouds in the distance, but there is lightning in the area. We knew there was a chance of storms and rain that were coming in this afternoon. So we are going to keep things right here. We won't go away, but you won't hear anything from us. We will take a break. Again, 30-minute delay for lightning, and hopefully that's all that we'll need before we can get baseball back and rolling here from Kokomo Municipal Stadium. 9-6 is your score, with Rose-Hulman leading things over Franklin.
Good. It's a game. I mean, literally, it's a game changer because it's almost a fresh start, and Franklin can kind of cleanse their palate and come back and take a crack at coming back on Rose-Hulman and staking their claim to the reason that they have #1 seed to go back and play Earlham.
And we'll do this because I know he's sitting right in front of us, but we have to. Our production team and our production guys and Jerry has done a great job all weekend long, and so keep them in prayer as we take this little break, and we'll be back.
We will be back.
It's IndianaSRN.
Oh, wait.
What?
We've been talking about movies.
Yes.
We'll be back.
Oh. You're watching the HCAC Baseball Championships on HCAC.TV, powered by, man, I should know that by heart, IndianaSRN.
After a weather delay of 4 hours and 40 minutes, we have players back on the field here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Top of the 6th inning is about to get underway, so thanks so much for bearing the elements with us. We waited and waited and waited, and finally we are able to bring you some more HCAC baseball here on HCAC.TV, powered to you by IndianaSRN. Sean Kroll and Jarrett Lewis back with you. We went just about everywhere across Kokomo to kill some time, it feels like. And went back to the hotel, took a little rest, took some more game notes, and prepare for this one. And Rose-Hulman is going to start the 6th inning with a new pitcher. We see Michael Yeager out on the mound for the Engineers, and they lead things 9-6. Again, top of the 6th, about to resume here in this one. Winner will meet up with Earlham, hopefully later tonight after this game.
We'll keep our fingers crossed there. Sean Thomas goes back to first base as he was the first batter of the inning and walked, and Case Starkey, the senior from Brownsburg, is at the dish, and we're ready to get after it again.
We did have Paul Durrell on the mound for Rose-Hulman, and then after, like we said, such a long time away, the Fighting Engineers were going to bring Durrell out, it appeared anyways, and now Yeager, the lefty, steps in to take on the Yagi Case Starkey, the designated hitter, who is 0 for 1 so far today, a walk in the second. And here we go. Lights are turned on. Baseball is back.
Yeah, here we go, boy. It's amazing how much rain this field took, because it was absolutely torrential, the downpour here. And it looks none the worse for wear.
Second pitch in there for a strike from Yeager. There was 2 separate rivers flowing down the stairs next to each dugout onto the turf. Those were some of the few spots where there were a little bit of standing water right next to the dugouts and right next to the on-deck circle area.
And there were some puddles at home plate, too.
Pitch taken up and away, 2-2 the count to Starkey.
It will make an interesting difference, Jarrett, on some ground balls and those bounces with it being wet, how it skips, and then picking up a ball. If for a fielder, it being wet and having to get a good grip on it to make a throw. So that could be something that could play a factor here in the game. Officially, we had played an hour and 50 minutes of this game before the delay.
This game started at 11:30 this morning. Outside now, full count to Starkey. And just a few minutes prior to 6 o'clock, we were back up and running. The 3-2. Starkey goes after it upstairs, and a strikeout, his first batter faced. Yeager sits down Case Starkey.
Reed walked and scored in that interesting second inning for Franklin, where 5 walks in a row by Borcherding, the starter, allowed them to score 6 runs.
Another strike thrown in there by Yeager. This season, Yeager 4.30 ERA. Does have a record of 2-0, and the count is 0-2 to Reed. Colby walked in the second, lined out to the center fielder in the fourth. Popped up. Outer room is Messenbrink.
Be interesting to see who Franklin brings to the mound when they come to the plate.
Into center field, over the second baseman. And it will fall. Colby Reed with his first hit of the game. Thomas read it well off the bat, but wasn't going to risk it heading to third. And now, top of the order.
The speed comes into play now with A.J. Sanders.
Another first pitch strike thrown from Yeager. 1 out in this 6th inning. That was the strikeout of Starkey. We led things off in this inning with the walk to Thomas, and that was when there was the signal from the umpires to clear the field with the Lightning within that 8-mile radius. Gets away from the catcher, Garner. All the way to the home side dugout. And a huge wild pitch there. Sanders will have 2 men in scoring position.
Yeah, that is huge, because now a base knock will probably get you 2 and make it a one-run ball game.
Yeager to Sanders. Curveball, no snap on it.
One of the things we discussed as the delay lingered and continued, how will the time off affect both squads? As there was definitely momentum.
Sanders sends the center fielder Krajewski back, and the throw to cut off the runner from second, but easily in to score is Thomas. An RBI sac fly. The second time that Sanders has done exactly that, flying out to center.
Second sacrifice fly, second RBI, and now Sullivan comes up. Still a runner in scoring position at second, but with 2 outs. Need that big 2-out knock.
Sullivan first pitch swinging, but it was out in front of the off-speed pitch. The last 4 appearances for Yeager, he's gone at least 2 innings in each of them. Most recently, 2 days ago in their opening game of the tournament versus Earlham.
Now you're down 0-2 with 2 outs. Got to protect. Shorten up a little bit.
Umpire just a slight flinch. Looked like he wanted to call it. It looked like Garner was ready to head towards the dugout.
That was interesting.
Awfully close with the 0-2, and now a 1-2 from Yeager. Pops him up. Krajewski comes in, as does his right field teammate, but it will be Krajewski to make the catch, and the 3rd out in the top of the 6th. Grizzlies add 1. They still trail 2. It's now time to see the Fighting Engineers come up to bat after the lengthy weather delay. We'll be back here on HCAC.tv.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Jackson Young takes the mound. We last saw him about 5 hours ago for the Grizzlies, and he's back out there for the bottom of the 6th, trying to keep this lead of Rose-Hulman right at 2 runs. Young will deal with the meat of the order. Josh Messenbrink is due up with Lopez and Krajewski to follow.
I am thoroughly surprised Young's back out on the bump after that long delay. I mean, these kids are young, but still, your arm. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. That's exactly right. Let's see what's left in the tank for Young. Messenbrink struck out in his last at-bat in the 3rd inning. First pitch is a swing and a foul ball.
Boy, Wood is nearly standing on the 3rd base line, hugging it for no doubles.
And a huge gap between him and Sanders. He goes the other way. The right fielder, Thomas, has to retreat. It's over his head. One hop off the wall. Messenbrink chugs into second base with a double. A good start for Rose-Hulman. 3rd time Messenbrink has reached base today, and 1st time via a hit. For Messenbrink, his 13th double on the season. Messenbrink has more home runs than doubles.
Impressive.
14 that have left the yard. Lopez hits that gap between Wood and Sanders. Messenbrink will just move up 1 base to 3rd. Runners on the corners now for Andy Krajewski.
Oh, Rose-Hulman picking up right where they left off with the bats. Not waiting around.
$11 hits now for Rose-Hulman. Krajewski sees a pitch well outside. Dimkovich still in there behind the dish. This one a strike from Young to even it up 1-1.
Looks like we have some activity in the Franklin bullpen.
Swing and a miss from Krajewski. Little movement to that pitch from Young, and he gets ahead 1-2.
Young has the 2nd most appearances, I believe, in relief for Franklin. He's definitely one of the pillars of their bullpen.
Throw over to first. Check on Lopez. Jackson Young, 2nd in innings pitched at 55. And McClanahan tops him by 15 innings. To the plate this time, the 1-2. Krajewski, well hit fly ball. This one also over the head of Thomas, and it hits the wall. Already heading to 3rd is Krajewski. He'll stand up at 3rd. 2 runs are in for the Fighting Engineers. Franklin gets 1, but Rose responds with 2. They lead 11-7.
Man, going the opposite direction. The ball's carrying pretty well. Thomas has played shallow, and he hasn't had a shot at either one of those baseballs.
Lopez easily scored all the way from first base. That one got away from Thomas with a huge shot off the green padding in right center.
We're going to have a mound visit. I'm not sure he is warmed up enough, but we'll see how long Coach stays out there to give him a chance to get some more tosses in the bullpen.
And still nobody out. Harrison Finch due up. He's 0 for 3. But Rose-Hulman has a great opportunity to score Krajewski, put at least 3 runs up this inning, and take a 5-run lead into the 7th.
They have been swinging the sticks, that's for sure.
After Krajewski, you see Finch, Taylor, Klein are all due up. And Marshall, you see there a couple of minutes to that mound visit and allowing the one pitcher we see currently up for Franklin in the bullpen to get in some more tosses. That's Alex Reinl. So now another lefty is in there. This is Harrison Finch. Three lefty hitters that have seen all righties, with Johnson starting this one and now Young. And a righty in the pen waiting to make his appearance.
Finch, one of the few guys that has an open stance and then strides towards the pitcher.
Strike 3 looking. Finch goes down, and his second strikeout. And a huge out picked up there for Young. This will bring in Adam Taylor. Right-handed batter's box. Infield is in. First pitch out to center field. Could be a play at the plate. Sullivan makes the catch. The throw is offline. Sliding in safely to score is Krajewski. And there's the 3rd run of the inning for Rose-Hulman.
Just a little bit too much air under that throw from center field, and Sullivan also up the line. Didn't really give Demkovic a chance to make a play. That's a big insurance run.
Klein over to Sanders at short. Hustling down the line, nearly beats it out. But Sanders does get the put out 6-3. 3 runs in for Rose-Hulman. And they have now a 5-run advantage, 12-7. Top of the 7th upcoming for the Franklin Grizzlies here on HCAC.TV, powered to you by IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Pretty clear sky. Nothing looks too threatening. And it was, we were pretty scared up here in this press box not too long ago, just a few hours.
And some close calls with lightning near the stadium. Bright lightning that made you kind of jump back out of your seat. Made me want to jump back, kiss myself. Wow.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
James Brown, they got the music going. I had to do it.
But no, we are just happy to be back, lucky to get this game back up and rolling. Logan Demkovic, the catcher. One for 3 day for him. Outside, up in the count, way up 3-0.
Is it me or does it look like Yeager has a pretty big knee brace on his right leg?
No green light for Demkovic. It's 3-1. Does he? I think you're right. Fouled off by Demkovic. 3-2. Now becomes 3-2 off speed. Demkovic sends this one into the air. Grajecki covers a lot of ground in that left center area to make the catch.
Demkovic committed early with that breaking ball, but couldn't get the hands through with enough speed to send that ball where he wanted to.
And now Matt Early, 0 for 3 day for him. First pitch swings, lines right to the right fielder, Adam Taylor. One pitch and one more out.
You know, the bats just haven't really come through for Franklin today. It's, you know, their big inning was because of numerous walks.
Yeah, if you remember, 6 runs scored in that second inning, thanks to 5 walks. They do have the 7 runs, but only off of 3 base hits, a triple from Sullivan. Then we have a single in the first inning from Demkovic, a single in the 6th inning from Reed. (0-2) goes down Colby Reed. Tyson Limpscomb. Limpscomb has walked twice. (1-2) lefty on lefty. Yeager, big hack from Limpscomb to stay alive.
Nice job taking the high fastball. Couldn't lay off of it, but fouled it back to keep the AB alive.
.338 hitter is Limpscomb. 4 home runs, 42 runs batted in. He gets hit by a pitch. That'll be a 2-out base runner. You add up the walks and now that hit by pitch, and you have 9 guys that have reached base, and they did so by not making contact with the baseball. First pitch strike, and to the new hitter, Noah Wood.
It's just really impressive what, outside of those walks by Borcherding in the first inning, the pitching from Rose-Hulman to keep this potent lineup quiet.
Yeager showing some strong signs so far in his second inning. Getting ahead of hitters. He got ahead of Limpscomb, but ended up hitting him with that pitch and nearly hits Wood. And now a 1-2. Off speed, Woods sends it out into left field. Going back is the left fielder, and it's off his glove. 2 outs. Linscomb was running the whole way, and he'll score from first. The left fielder out there, Harrison Finch, may have saw the wall coming into play out of the corner of his eye and takes his eye off the baseball.
That's definitely what happened. Is it's different here with the turf because there's not unless they do make it feel different. That's the reason why they have the warning track. It's to warn you the field is coming or the fence is coming, and he kind of saw it and alligator armed it. So that is an error, as we've got some listeners that have come back, some viewers who have come back. Matt Morgan, Nolan Jones, Tim Freeze, Chris, Jackie, and Aaron. Thank you so much for sticking with us through the rain delay to watch HCAC baseball.
We appreciate it now more than ever after waiting nearly 5 hours. 0-2, swing and a miss. Thomas goes down on strikes for the second time, and Yeager limits the damage to just 1. Back-to-back innings now. The Grizzlies able to get some runs, but now they need to get some stops. 12-8 is your score. Bottom of the 8th upcoming with Rose-Hulman batters due up in the HCAC Baseball Championships.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN. And we're back. It's 7th inning stretch. Earlham just walked back in, fellas. They're probably the most impatient team because they just want to get this done. They came early, then they had to leave, and then they got called back again. Now back after they went to the hotel room. I hope they didn't lay down because that might be just a tough thing to do. But waiting 5 hours for a rain delay is pretty tough. But that game is coming on 45 minutes after this one. But your thoughts on the back and forth for Earlham?
Yeah, well, we had to experience it ourselves too. Just the waiting around and unsure of what's happening. We knew what we saw in the forecast and what most likely was going to happen, and that ended up actually taking place. Was worst case scenario.
It was. Yes, it was. Close the book on Young. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts unofficially.
Yeah, that's got to be hard to do.
I mean, we're still shaking the Cowboys out because we dozed off at the hotel ourselves during the delay.
You wonder if more guys are just trying to relax, maybe not totally like lay down like you might be taking a nap, but maybe they all did something together to keep themselves a little bit active in that long weather delay that we had.
Gotta imagine they're going to start stretching and doing those kind of things here in a few minutes to really start to get the juices flowing and warm up some.
A hot start in the game for Rose-Hulman. 9 runs in the first 3 innings, and then another hot start after this rain delay. Sliding into first, they call him out. Good idea by Gardner to try to get in there a split second faster, but also good coverage over there by the new pitcher, Alex Reinl.
Do you not watch Sports Science?
I remember that show, though, actually.
It is actually slower to slide into first base than it is to run through it.
Okay.
Because you're losing momentum.
It was still close, though.
It was. Yes, it was.
He was booking it down the line. And now Tuttle back up to the plate.
No, I wasn't dissing you there, by the way.
No, I get it. I get it. I understand. Who hosted that show?
Oh, goodness, I remember. But it was on ESPN.
Oh, right fielder gets turned around. Thomas. Tuttle is going to round second and test the throw of Reed. It's on line, but Tuttle is much quicker. Another triple for this game. First one for Rose-Hulman, but now Tuttle has 2 singles, a double, and now a triple.
Oh, he had a double? I had him for 3 singles, now a triple. When was the double?
I had the double in the third.
Yes, single plus, yeah, that's right.
Yes, so technically, that's right, 3 singles, but he advanced the second on the throw in the third.
Infield in.
Popped up. Looks like it'll stay in play, but nobody from Franklin able to track it down.
It has been a house of horrors for Thomas out in right field since we've gotten back from the delay. He's really struggled, maybe picking up the baseball or judging it or something, but he got turned around twice there on that play.
That's right. I thought there was another triple picked up by Rose-Hulman, and it was Krajewski just the last inning. I see it now. And that was another ball that was hit into right field. Already 3 times since we came back, Thomas has seen a base hit in that area. Rose trying to score again. It's 0-2 to CCR. Outside from Reinl.
Great secondary lead by Tuttle once the pitch is thrown. Anything that gets by Demkovich, he's probably breaking.
Reinl's still ahead. Big swing and a miss from Kolyar Rodak. A huge strikeout for Alex Reinl. And there are now 2 away.
Messenbrink hit one of those balls last inning that befuddled Thomas out in right field. He scored 1 for 2 and got hit twice.
Messenbrink. Hard charge into this one to his left, and making the catch is Sean Sullivan. So the triple from Tuttle. He ends up being stranded at third. And a huge spot there for the Grizzlies to not allow any more runs. Top the 8th inning now. And due up for Franklin will be 8, 9, and 1 when we come back on HCAC.TV.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Now the top of the 8th here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. You're watching the HCAC Baseball Championships, brought to you by IndianaSRN. Sean Kroll and Jarrett Lewis here with you. Thanks so much for tuning in wherever you may be and however you may be watching. We sure do appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
You waited nearly 5 hours. It was a 5-hour 6th inning. Now we've worked ourselves to the 8th inning here. First pitch strike again. Yeager gets ahead. He's now working against Starkey. That pitch didn't miss my bunch. Starkey, he was ready for that one, but there was some movement to the pitch from Yeager.
Yeager's done a great job coming in off the bench after the delay.
Much better job than what we saw out of Young. And we saw Young before the delay. He opted to come back out and give it another go.
That was, again, that was surprising.
Well ahead here is Yeager. He brings in a 1-2. Curveball that reached the bottom of the zone, and it's a short tapper to Yeager from the mound and the easy flip to Messenbrink.
Tried to fight it off, couldn't get much on it. Right back to Yeager for the out.
If you're just now joining us, it was a 3-run first inning for Rose, followed up by 4 in the second, 2 in the third. Franklin responded to being down 3-0 with 6 runs in the second. And so after the third inning, it was a 9-6 ball game. Hot shot to third, Tuttle. A strong throw over to Messenbrink, and there are 2 away.
Just nothing going for the Grizz's bats tonight.
This guy will look to start something. A.J. Sanders returns, 2 sacrifice flies, both out to center field. And also worked a 4-pitch walk in the 4th inning. Starting him off with some off speed, but it misses 1-0. Fastball inside.
You got to wonder what the staff at Franklin's trying to do to get their guys going. It's just been a frustrating day for them.
Since the turn, just the 1 hit. That was from Reed, who's the second batter we saw when we came back from the delay. Deep into the corner. Tracked down by Harrison Finch. Check to Adam Taylor in right field. And it is 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 8th. Just 1 inning left to go for Franklin to try and get things closer than the 4-run lead for Rose-Hulman. Bottom of the 8th when we return on HCAC.TV.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back.
Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Back out for some more relief is Alex Reinl of Franklin. And he'll work into the middle part of the lineup. Manuel Lopez is due up. He's had a terrific day today. Double single, sacrifice fly. And they're playing Sweet Home Alabama for you, Sean.
There we go. Even though I'm not from Alabama. That's okay.
There is Lopez, has made tremendous plays defensively from the shortstop position as well. They have him and Krzyzewski listed with 5 hits total and 5 runs batted in between the two. Those two continue to impress in this HCAC tournament. Sidearm delivery will loop over Sanders at short into left field. And a leadoff single for Manuel Lopez. He has reached base now 4 times tonight.
I got a feeling that Rose-Hulman isn't going to mind starting that second game right after the end of this one because they have not stopped hitting today.
They may not need the 45 minutes in between. They may just feel too good to not even leave the field. And first pitch taking off, and Demkovic won't even attempt to throw. Lopez with a stolen base, his 8th on the season. 8th attempt, I should say. He's 7 of 8. Pitch was well inside. It was going to be difficult for Demkovic to work his way around Krzyzewski. Reinl to the plate. The hits that Krzyzewski has put on the ball, even when they're foul, and that goes for most of these Rose hitters, just the contact has been so pure.
It really has.
Sanders caught that ball and bopped Lopez right on the helmet.
You can tell Earlham's ready to play because we already have their lineup.
It's a pretty good lineup.
They're ready to roll.
Both the Lansanese brothers, 1 and 2. Krzyzewski ropes this one into left field. It'll bounce into the left fielder Lipscomb, and Lopez had to stop for just a split second and made sure it fell.
Well, that was a fantastic job of Krzyzewski. The ball looked like it was coming in on the inside part of the plate. Just opened up his hits, got out in front of it, and caught it, lined it into left field.
Rose-Hulman now working the left side of the outfield. They were continuously going at Thomas in right field. Here they are, first and third for Harrison Finch.
Demkovic and Starkey, the only 2 seniors in the starting 9, including the DH for Franklin. So they will be back should they not prevail in this ball game. They've got plenty of thunder coming back for next year. And with the extra of eligibility, who knows, with both Demkovic and Starkey, what happens?
Could have a lot of fifth-year seniors on these rosters next year. High fly ball, shallow center. There's no tag from Lopez as Sullivan hauls it in.
Yeah, he wasn't even waiting on the bag as that was pretty shallow. On the Rose-Hulman side, Tuttle, Messenbrink, Finch, Taylor, and Garner, all seniors. But again, that extra year from COVID really kind of doesn't mean it's the end for those young men.
Double play depth for Sanders and Reed. Nice sliding snag by Reed at second, but they're only going to get the out at second base. Run comes in to score. And a run batted in for Adam Taylor.
And now it's a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. 8 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for Franklin. That is an interesting box score right there.
There's first-year head coach Adam Rosen at third base side. Another stolen base attempt and a hit and run with Klein swinging away.
Hit one of the concession stands, and an Earlham fan caught it because they're here ready to roll as well.
Earlham has a chance to win this HCAC championship tonight. They would have to lose twice for one of these two teams to be crowned champion. Right now it's looking a lot like Rose-Hulman is going to give the Quakers a run for their money.
Yeah, one last chance for Franklin coming in the 9th.
Pitch outside on the 0-2. Alex Reinl trying to get out of the 8th. Runner takes off. No swing. Demkovich throw down to second. No slide from the running Taylor, and he's safe.
Didn't slide either. That was interesting.
Klein with the 2-2 and a chance to score Taylor. Reinl with the delivery, but first time called at the plate from Klein. Reinl doesn't even take a look at Taylor at second. Now faced with the full count.
Got to get this out.
Payoff pitch to Klein. To Sanders at short. Klein books it down the line, but a nice strong throw to early at first will get the third out. So here we go. This is it for Franklin. Top of the 9th, they trail by 5. A triple by Tuttle in the previous inning.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A couple of Rose fans made the trip, hoping to see their team in the championship game, and with 3 more outs, that will be the case. The Quakers awaiting the winner. And those are some Quaker student athletes here to cheer on their baseball team when their time comes.
They support each other, that is for sure.
Michael Yeager still out there. He's at 50 pitches, and he'll be tasked with closing this one out. Heart of the order with Sean Sullivan first up. Sullivan today, 1 hit. Batted in 2 runs. Breaking ball just misses from Yeager.
You got to get 5.
Loud shot, foul ball.
Please return all foul balls.
That's right. You can probably got to think of how many baseballs they run through in the majors, but also we've seen a lot of pitches fouled off in this game, and we've been wondering, are they going to return those, the ones that are hit behind us out of the stadium? Full count to Sullivan and a leadoff walk. Sullivan reaches, and that's a way to start the 9th inning.
You know, Demkovich has only had 2 hits in this tournament, but now would be time for him to bust loose, get some fire in that Franklin dugout.
Curveball stays up to Demkovich. He singled back in the first. Yeager not wasting very much time. Comes back with a fastball that also misses. And now Yeager will step off the mound and take a little bit of time here. And with that time, he delivers his first strike.